Heavy rains, of course, leaving a trail of destruction around the country, and severe flooding continues to wreak havoc in northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, with Jozini being the worst affected area. Disaster management teams there are now on the ground, assessing the extent of the damage, while humanitarian organizations, including the Red Cross, provide urgent assistance to affected communities. Let's get you a sense of what else we know so far with SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya, live to us from Jozini in KwaZulu-Natal, where, Simphiwe, we saw over the weekend government officials visiting some of those hardest hit communities in that particular area. What have you been able to ascertain this Monday morning about the extent to which some residents there are now piecing their lives together?
Well, the situation is still pretty much very dire here in the, area of Umkhanyakude. This is Ward 16, which is basically the worst affected area when it comes to the situation that is unfolding here in the northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. I'm going to step out of the shot, Ayanda. Of course, this is a primary school, Zwelinye Primary School. This, of course, being a Monday, you would expect that there is teaching and learning, but that's not the case here at Zwelinye Primary School. This is precisely because of the trail of destruction that has been left, as a result of the flooding which happened around this community of this particular school where we are coming to you from. So a number of residents have had to abandon their homes to come and seek refuge here at this primary school. As I, of course, ask my colleague Nomhlengubane to walk with me in order to just try, Ayanda, and get a sense of the situation inside this particular classroom. You can see there on your visuals the learners still, pretty much playing around, hanging around, not knowing what is going to happen going forward. But of course, these are the scenes of the trail of destruction which has compelled residents of this particular community to come and seek shelter at this local school here. We are going to try, Ayanda, and have a word with, some of the community members who are seated here. You see the worry which is written all over, their faces. I did earlier on have a word with one or two of them, and they had indicated to me that they lost about everything. Some of them don't even have your identity documents or birth certificates. They've had to quickly, leave their homes because of the heavy rain and flooding which has been occurring in the northern part of KwaZulu-Natal. The number for now is not known in terms of how many of these residents have been accommodated at this school, but we are going to try and have a word with one or two of them, Ayanda, this morning. Sichazele ukuthi isimo oshiye ekhaya sinjani njengoba ulana nje nomndeni wakho.
Ekhaya lami kunzima kabi, amanzi begcekene endlini, angene endlini, wardrobe wami usemanzini, ikhabetho lisemanzini, imfuyo, imbuzi, inkomo, ezinye ziyafa inkomo ngoba manzima amanzi. Umgwaqo ke nokuthi uphume nje ekhaya kunzima. Kunzima nje kakhulu. Indawo kulala vele ngeke uzulale phezulu kwamanzi ngoba sesigijima ke sibalekele kule ndawo esikoleni.
Ufike nini la manje ukuthi kuleli qophelo noma njengamanje iluphi usizo engathi niyalidinga njengabantu abahlaliswe kule sikole?
Usizo esiludingayo ukuthi basixhase ngokudla, nanokuthi vele nezinto zokulala. La nemiyane ziyasiluma, asilali nje. Sithwala nalobu bunzima nje kulukhulu kakhulu kabi. Yebo.
Wena ufike nini lama?
Mina ngifikela ngoLwesihlanu. Yebo.
Well, Ayanda, the woman that I've just spoken to says she arrived here on Friday, of course, saying that she lost about everything back home as a result of the flooding, also making a plea, to get assistance in terms of, food supplies. They are saying that some of them desperately need those at this particular point in time. And Ayanda, this is just one of the many, sad stories which we have been able to, get from the victims of this flood, which has wreaked havoc in this part of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Let's try and get another resident, Ayanda, to speak to us also about their situation here. Ma, sikubingelele nawo sikomngele endabeni sibonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho. Se njoba usuzwile umayesho ukuthi isimo sibucayi kakhulu ekhaya la evela khona. Wena niphelele nomndeni wakho niphephile njengoba nila nifike nini?
Sanibona sitela ekhaya la esikoleni sibe ngolosihlanu ngoba ekhaya kubi. Phumile sakhetha uzohlala silimele emasimini ekhaya impahla zilimele yonke into nomgwaqo ngeke ukwazi imoto noma khona ogula ke ngeke sikwazi ukuthi bamlande ekhaya ngendlela okungayo ngoba umgwaqo uvalekile ongena ekhaya kubi nje. Ingakho sikhetha ukuzohlala esikoleni ngoba kunzima ukuthi sophila ngani sisigawulelela sidayise sikwazi ukuphila ukuthi kulonyaka sophila ngani asazi ngendlela okungayo. Yebo.
Njengamanje ma eluphi usizo ngathi nilidinga kakhulu kulesimo enibhekene nazo?
Mabanga ngenelele indlala nje sizofaka indlala kulonyaka ngoba sijwayele ukuyizamela ngeminyaka indlala siyibona kulokho kushubile ngempela asazi sophila kanjani. Ngoba siphilisa ngokulima sibe segawulala sidayise bathe bazothenga bese sikwazi ukuphila sithole impuphu kuloko ngoba sihleli nje akwenzeki lutho asazi ukuthi sophila kanjani. Sicela ukuthi makukhona bangangenelela ngakho abangasiza ngakho basisize bakulonyaka impela kushubile indlala sizofa ngendlala kunjalo.
Well, Ayanda, the same sentiments being expressed here by the woman that we've just spoken to. She basically says that she lost about everything when the flood hit her part of the community. Also saying that some of the areas are still inaccessible if there is ever a situation where they would require emergency workers to go and perhaps help people who are in need. That will not be able to happen because of the situation there. A number of areas still pretty much being inaccessible. But I guess what we are picking up now from the people that we have been speaking to us, they are saying that for now what they require are food supplies in order for them to basically carry on with their lives. It's quite a very delicate and difficult situation for them. But we have been in conversation also with the MEC responsible for cooperative governance and traditional affairs in KwaZulu-Natal, Reverend Thulasizwe Buthelezi, who did indicate to us that just because of the sheer damage that has been left behind as a result of the flooding here, they are definitely going to be consulting with the national government to try really and mobilize resources in order to help deal with this situation that is unfolding here in this community. But of course, as I indicated earlier on, what is also worrying now is the fact that at this school there is no teaching and learning as a result of this situation that is unfolding here, with many community members having to come and seek shelter here because their homes are pretty much submerged underwater. Some of their homes are still inaccessible as a result of the rising, water that has left a trail of destruction in this community of Umkhanya. When we spoke to authorities earlier on, they did indicate that the area of Jozini alone, had received reports that there were about 158 homes that were completely damaged as a result of the flooding occurring there. But of course, the provincial government says it is in conversation, or rather in contact with the national government, to try and bring together the necessary assistance that will be able to help these flood victims to move on from this very, very sad state of event, Ayanda.
Simphiwe Makhanya is reporting live to us there from the community of Jozini. It's in the northern parts of KwaZulu-Natal, where, as you can see, communities there are still grappling with the devastating effects of widespread flooding over the past couple of days. For now, Simphiwe, thanks very much indeed.